studying financial management, a degree in finance, and ultimately went to work at Ameriprise with my father. And then I left Ameriprise after the market collapse of 08, 09, and decided I had enough of dealing with mutual funds and everybody losing their shorts. And so I made a move over to the fixed and indexed marketplace, and I've been over here ever since. And I met Peter within the last little over a decade ago in my wholesaling capacity in the fixed and indexed business. And so that's how here we are now talking today. So it's great to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, same, Clayton. Do you go by Clayton or Clay?
Good question, Clayton. Thank you for asking. I cannot stand when people call me Clay.
Please call him Clayton.
Thank you for that, Cynthia.
Will do. I'm the same way. I'm a Michael, and not that I take offense if someone calls me Mike, but we were just talking about that in the office. There's a couple Mikes in here, and Michael is preferred, but no offense taken if it's Mike.
And I go by Cynthia, and if you call me Cindy, you might get some choice words at you, but there you go.
See, I think people that go by Clay are lazy.
Well, the Cindys that I know were blue-eyed and blonde. And the people who know me know that would be a stretch for me to do, okay?
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us this Friday. It's been a long week for many of us, and I appreciate your time very much in joining us. Today, we have Michael on from Webprez, and he's going to demo some videos, the programs that he uses. I personally have been using their systems. I'm pretty sure it's over a decade that we've been working with them in their system through the progression of videos, and we've worked together on creating some videos. So his team is par excellence. They really are some of the best out there with what they do. So I'm really excited that he's on today to share with us, share with you the videos, and then we'll probably dive a little bit deeper into some specific videos that I want to go over later with some of you on here, because I know you're working in some very specific arenas. But Michael, I'm going to hand this off to you. You can share your screen. Go ahead and take it away. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for everyone joining. Let me share my screen. Let's see. That one. This one. Yeah. Okay. Do you see both? Oh, you see two screens? I wonder if I can just choose the one and go back and forth. Let me do that over then. Let's just share this one now. Can you guys see the
Yes. Oh, went small again.
Can you see Solaris and Webprez?
We can. Yes, it's not full screen, but yeah, we can do that.
Not full screen, okay, because I wanted to see my other screen.
All right, that's fine.
Did that help at all?
No.
No? Didn't do anything?
Well,
okay.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, we can work with that.
Okay. Well, I'll make it maybe full screen. We get into the demoing of the stuff, but
sure.
Yeah. So hey everyone, thanks for being here. As Peter said, my name is Michael Vignal. I'm the co-founder of Webprez. Along with my father, Dan, we started this business really almost 25 years ago now. It's gone through a few different iterations, but today as it stands, we produce a library. We have over 150 videos on different financial topics and concepts, most of which, or all of which, you guys are offering. So I'll keep this simple. Today is about you guys, not about us. I'm going to show you a tool, our video tools, that do something pretty unique. They explain the complex stuff for you so that you can focus on building your relationships and closing business. You guys are out there meeting families and creating connections, educating prospects, handling objections, following up, and you're doing all of that in one of the most competitive industries in the country, right? So our job at Webprez is not to replace what you do. Our job is to make your life easier and help you book more appointments with less effort. And I think Peter can attest to that. Before we jump in, I do want to acknowledge Peter and the leadership team at Solaris. They're investing in real tools, not only Webprez, but some other stuff that are really intended to help you guys win. Solaris is growing fast, and hopefully Webprez is going to be a part of that growth as your content engine behind the scene. Cool. So what we're going to cover today, I'll show you what the Webprez videos look like, because I think they really do speak for themselves. It's important to see what we're talking about here and what ultimately your prospects, clients, leads, and referrals will see. I'll then show you how to send, just using some of the software to send a quick video to a single prospect, and then we'll talk about how to build simple, powerful drip campaigns that can warm up your leads. They can act as follow-up. They automatically keep you in front of people consistently. Okay, so let's see. I've covered all this. Yeah, just to kind of touch on this, let me get stuff out of the way. You know, Webprez gets it. The hustle is real out there. You guys are constant. You're doing constant prospecting. You're always on the hunt for the next lead, juggling follow-ups. And the real banger here is explaining complex concepts. Oftentimes you'll find, as I start showing you the videos here, in 3 to 5 minutes, these videos are designed to explain complex concepts like IUL, living benefits, infinite banking, that might typically take you a long conversation, 30 minutes to an hour, or maybe sometimes even multiple conversations. And I can't tell you how many times a client of ours has reached out and said, man, it's amazing. I was trying to sell this guy on an annuity for 4 months, and I kind of was almost ready to throw my hands up in the air. I sent him your index annuity video, and he called me the next day saying, sign me up, just makes sense. And the reason for that is pretty easy. The videos, as you'll see, are deceptively simple in the way that they're laid out. They're not flashy. They don't come with a lot of fancy animations or crazy audio tricks. But there's a reason for that. There's over 40 different scientifically proven communication techniques that go into each and every video. What to say, what not to say, the amount of words on the screen. And foremost is the idea that the words come up on the screen at the same time as a professional voiceover is reading them out loud, saying them out loud, and that enhances comprehension. Like, I think it's like 65% or something like that. So they are deceptively simple, but they work really well. They work better than other videos, and we have many testimonials to attest to that. So we're your new sidekick. Think of Webprez as your personal content and education engine. It's built to amplify you, not replace you. Okay, let's jump into seeing some videos. The first one I'm going to show is the living benefits video. Okay, actually, I want to preface this. So I was telling Peter before he jumped on this call, we're in the midst of a big transition. We have rebuilt Webprez from the ground up. And so when Peter asked me to jump on this call, I said, wow, I really would like to wait until we fully launch the new version, but it's launched enough, and I can show you guys my account because it's such a better version than the previous one, but there still might be some small bugs here and there. But that's what I'm going to show you guys today, is the new version of Webprez, which is going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And we're pretty excited about it. The look and feel is fantastic. So are you still seeing the presentation, or do you see my other screen now?
It's still showing the living benefits, the blue presentation,
Okay,
the
cool.
Google Docs page.
Yeah. I'm going to switch this and share the right screen.
When you click on the share screen, I don't know how familiar you are, but if you're going to play audio, you got to turn on the audio button that's shared as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let me see if I did that right. Share sound. Yeah.
The new version launches in December, Glenn.
That's correct. Yeah, we'll really be rolling it out slowly over the next 2 weeks to some select customers, so we can get some testing going on. But yeah, but ultimately it'll be fully launched out by the first week of December. Okay, so do you see my screen now, which is the Webprez dashboard?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So this is the dashboard as you would get when you first log in. This will just show you some overview statistics, your email campaigns list, none of which you guys have context for yet, but we will get there. The videos tab is where all the videos are. So from top to bottom, we've got, this is the category done for you videos. This is our flagship library that we've built out over the last 10 years. We have over 150 videos, all categorized under family life insurance, fixed and indexed annuities, retirement life insurance, business life, state life, healthcare, employee benefits. And that's the core right there. Then we've got some things called campaign list builders, as well as some recruiting and referral videos. And we don't need to get into the digressing of that today, but basically campaign list builders allow you to send out your own custom landing page with a video that encourages the visitor to sign up onto one of your campaigns, which will then they'll receive a drip video every week from whichever campaign category that one is for. Does that make sense? Okay, what's the one we want to do? Living benefits first?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oops. Okay, we come over here. This is, by the way, each individual video you can send out on a one-to-one message. We've got video page hyperlink text to include in outside email messages. Like when we start talking about the smart office integration, CRM stuff. We've also got QR codes if you're getting really fancy with it and you're doing some in-person stuff or workshops. And then the embed codes will allow you to embed each and every video into your own web page, into presentations, into slides. It's pretty much just like a YouTube embed. You can place it anywhere.
Or in emails. So if you're sending an email to client.
You wouldn't use the embed for emails because you can't, the email needs full HTML. I'm sorry, the embeds are like a full HTML. You would use those for websites. In email, you would use things like these hypertext links, or you'd use these poster links. We've made it very easy to
That's
click.
the one, the poster link. I'm sorry. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. That will copy over basically this image here into an email. So it looks nice and fancy, a big play button and click. It's actually an animated GIF like this. And that usually garners some more clicks rather than just text links. Although that is actually
to label this like for people that are not tech savvy, like social media, email. So because you're talking in a very in-depth nature, and that's not, I know for myself, it's not my wheelhouse. So is there a way to kind of label or, this is for social media, this is for website, this is for email?
Yes, definitely. You mean like label it here so it's clearer for you guys?
Yeah, because I would have no clue,
Either.
to be
Me
honest,
either.
on how to differentiate that.
That's a really good point. And yes, there's going to be this is the new dashboard here, and we're still going to make massive improvements to it. We were coming off of an old system that was just super antiquated, and so the main purpose of this was to carry over our old system, recode it onto a new platform, and then with the simplicity and the advantages of this new platform, we can go in there and make changes very, very quickly. And yes, actually in a previous dashboard that I designed, it was very clear because this is not your guys' wheelhouse. Just like you said, you don't know this. So we want to make it very clear, copy this link for an email, for social media. Technically, those are the same things. A link is a link is a link. So anywhere you want to put, you share your link, just like a YouTube link or any link online, is the same thing that you would do with the Webprez video. But your feedback is good, and you're totally right. And our intention is to make it stupid easy for you guys.
Thank you. And then also these links we could text message, right? Like we could send out, like if we did a text campaign,
Absolutely.
we could text clients this information.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, a link is a link is a link. So just like you would share any link in text message, even if you were sharing something just to your mom or your sister or your brother, and you were on a website, and whether it was a website or a video, and you copied it or whatever you do on your phones, text it, the videos will work the same way. Each video has its own complete landing page. So it's just like any other page on the internet, and it'll show up with the like image of the video, as well as your information, and then like the description of the video. So just like any other page that you would share, it would show up like that. So this is an example of your video landing pages. Each one of you, this would have your information up here, your picture, your email, the schedule a call with me if you chose to include a calendar link to Calendly or whatever you use, schedule once. You'd have this button here that would link to that. And then this is your direct response form, where people are watching the video and they can take notes or put their questions here, and then ultimately complete this form, send it in, and that gets sent directly to you.
And real quickly, this is why everybody on here, why I love what Webprez has done. There's no YouTube videos beside here scrolling to confuse anybody about anything else that may or may not have been said. It's a dedicated landing page with my information alone and nobody else or nothing else to compete with. That's very powerful, because I can't think of how many times people have asked me, well, is there YouTube videos or something I can watch on this or understand? No, I got something better. I got a dedicated video just for this topic. And that's why we really like the Webprez videos. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Forget to mention that too. People get lost in YouTube and start doom scrolling. And even if they did watch your whole video on YouTube, they might get pushed into other videos and either, forget about what that initial video said or forget to reach back out to you. It's just massive distractions online. So keeping it focused and single pointed is really important.
Are we going to be able, kind of like what you just said, Peter, like to have it linked to like a domain? Because I'm using the Solaris, I'm like partnering.
Yeah,
using the Solaris
this will be
website.
connected with your account. So when you sign up, it'll have your picture up top there, your domain if you want to use, or our website, but your contact information, your email address, whatever website you want to steer them to.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
Is that what you were asking, whether your information would go up here, or whether
no, because I was trying. Okay, so I'm using Solaris, but I'm trying to brand my own company, my own agency name, my own website. And so I was trying to create in Canva. I've been working on this. I like created a website and I'm trying to figure, and I'm, like I said, it's not my wheelhouse, but I've been trying to put together something so that when I go out to, I specialize in the 403B space. So I put together kind of like, I was trying to put together like a landing page that was simple, that I could have people scan a QR code and just set an appointment. This is exactly what I was trying to figure out to do by myself, and now it's done. So like I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, totally. And we do have a 403B video, and what I'll show you guys after we watch this video, we do have what's called a video gallery page too. So that's where you can build out your own single landing page with multiple videos on it. And still has your header and all your information on there and a response form. So a lot of people asked for that, I think, for the exact reason that you're explaining, which is I'm trying to build this website, but really I just want this page where I can bring somebody over and show them maybe 3 videos or 6 videos, whatever it is, without having to do all of the domain setup and landing page creation and all that kind of thing. So we do have that as well.
Go ahead and share the video, Michael.
Yeah, cool. And then I want to make sure you guys can hear it when I do click it.
John was only 48 when he had.
Can you hear that?
Yes, sir.
Cool, and I'll make it go full screen.
A heart attack. He was rushed to the nearest hospital where he underwent emergency surgery to save his life. Fortunately, it was successful, and John is alive today. But the hospital he was taken to and the surgeon who treated him were not within his insurance network. So there were $18,000 of medical expenses, and almost $6,000 of charges for convalescent care and recuperative therapy, in addition to more than $9,000 of deductibles and copayments that were not paid by his health insurance. Finally, there was the loss of John's income over the 5 months he was out of work. As a mid-level corporate executive, his salary continued for the first 60 days, but the last 3 months cost his family $27,000 of lost income. In total, John's heart attack cost him more than $60,000 out of his own savings. You see, 20 years ago, things like cancer, heart attack, and stroke would usually result in the patient's death. But with continued advancements in medical technology, most people today are surviving these conditions. Ironically, much of the cost required to survive is not paid or covered by our healthcare plans. In fact, did you know that as much as 60% of the expenses related to a critical illness are typically not covered by most health plans? Especially new therapies and experimental treatments or medical procedures that have not yet been approved for coverage. Then there are the expenses that exceed coverage limitations, including the fees and charges for doctors or hospitals, special clinics, or treatment centers that are not within our healthcare network, as well as deductibles as high as $5,000 to $10,000 and copayments of 20% to 40%. What's more, while patients recuperate from surgery or struggle through chemotherapy and radiation treatments, health insurance does not cover extended convalescence or home nursing care. Nor does it cover many incidental expenses that most of us never consider, like the cost of hiring someone to help with housekeeping or childcare, and the loss of our monthly income until we are well enough to return to work. So how can we be sure that we have the extra money to pay for these expenses? With a tax-free cash advance from our life insurance. It's known as the Living Benefits provision. Living Benefits life insurance allows us to take a tax-free cash advance against the death benefit to use any way we want if we are diagnosed with any one of the eligible medical conditions. Eligible conditions usually include cancer, heart attack or stroke, kidney failure or liver disease, blindness or paralysis, an organ transplant, or the need to be put on life support. Of course, whatever advance we take from our life insurance while we are living will reduce the amount left for our dependents when we pass on. But most insurance companies do not charge for living benefits unless we use them. And you can add it to your current coverage or replace your current coverage with life insurance that includes the Living Benefits provision. Interested? Then talk with the financial security professional who asked you to watch this video.
Okay. That was Living Benefits. Anyone have any initial impressions?
I had a question. It was in regard to analytics. Have you already discussed that?
Nope.
Okay, so what we sometimes tend to want to do with the CRM structure is we want to be able to target certain groups depending on their situations. And so are we able to create campaigns based on the analytics in our database with this system?
Based on the analytics in your external system, like Smart CR Office?
Correct.
Currently, no, there's not a direct integration there. Now, you can create different campaigns, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could ostensibly export for the time being, you could export your list, a very specific list, and then create a new campaign here. And you start with a template or start from scratch, and you could import your list when you get to that point. So
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so I think the answer is yes, unless that wasn't clear.
No, I got it. So you have kind of the emphasis on the content, but you can kind of self-generate your own campaigns.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. And then we're hoping to have an integration with Smart Office CRM in the near future, where new people are being added to your pipeline in your CRM, which is where that should be happening, where you should be focused. When that happens, and maybe you tag them a certain way or whatever it is, they can be automatically added to a campaign that's created in your Webprez account.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And is there
You're running out of questions, Tommy. So just to be clear.
last question? Is
All right.
there a designation within the content to say this person has this, and this?
I'm not sure. What do you mean? What's that?
No, there's not.
Okay, so you would just do that yourself. You would just manually enter that. Okay.
Until we have the integration with the CRM system, and then once we have that, then that would be where that application is applied for.
Okay.
This is the existing products or opportunities, right?
Okay.
Very good.
You mean just so I'm clear on it, you mean like in the CRM, you get to tag people what they might be interested in, or what their target, what market they're in, what would you sell them?
Yeah, so say for example, in a traditional smart CRM, you can say, give me all the clients that don't have life insurance, or give me the clients that don't have supplemental benefits, or whatever the case may be. And then you can target a campaign to those specific clients that targets that specific area. And then if you have content with that, then that kind of incentivizes them to reach out and say, hey, I want to find out more about this particular product.
Yeah.
His campaign, this is not set up as a CRM. This is just content library for all of the things that we're talking about.
Yes, are you?
Yeah, exactly.
So please continue. Michael, it's great. You can continue since we're in the campaign section, if you wanted to continue in here for a minute.
Yeah, sure, why not? So we're in the campaign section. So you just saw me pull up the sample CRM, and then I exited it without saving or adding any videos. So if we go back into it, see that there are no contacts and no videos. So I can directly add videos here. An existing campaign. There's my category here. I can choose from the list of categories, or just go through all videos. It's pretty easy. You just kind of go through here and click. And so I wanted to create a 12-week campaign. Just click there, click save. All these videos get added. It shows you what order they're in, and how many weeks this will be. Obviously, one video per week. You can obviously remove the video here and move the videos around doing that. And yeah, so then the videos are done. And in order to launch this, you'd obviously need some contacts. There is a bug with I can add like one contact here, or select existing contacts, for instance. I can also bulk import. That's what we were talking about, uploading a file. I know because I was.
CSV file.
What's that?
No, I saw it was in a CSV file format. That's good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And we're working on right now, it's just, bulk upload the CSV format. It's, first name, last name, email address, phone is optional. But again, I think the best way to use these, as I was explaining to Peter this week, is we really want these videos in this system to meet the agents where they're at, right? For you guys, it might be the Smart Office CRM, but whatever services you guys are using, where you're spending your days, really want to make these videos accessible to you guys. So while the system exists like this today, we're hoping to make some vast improvements to connections and integrations in the future. As I stated, one of those things being just connect directly, forget about bulk import. Let's access your list files or your tags or your segments directly in the CRM, which would be really cool.
So The the bulk import, well, if you had a database, let's say you uploaded, you know, 200 names from a certain university, that was my clientele.
Mhm.
And then whenever they start sending those out, are they staggering those out so that it's not flagged as spam?
Yeah, so it's in our best interest too. So there's a couple things that happen. So all new lists, first of all, we cap the upload list size to 1,000 contacts at first. And those contacts will be scrubbed through a list validation cleaning service to make sure that they're just not initially bogus, that there's malformed email addresses, all the basic stuff. There's a little extra feature that actually checks on deliverability too, which is pretty cool. But then those will go into our sort of tier one sending service. We use SendGrid on the back end to send all these emails. And so they'll go into a user account where it drips slower, um, and test, the few hundred at first. And if we get good results with that, we release the rest. And then once it's considered a good list, we put on the regular list sending system to where it just can blast out as many as possible at one time. And we have a really good, our sender reputation with SendGrid is at 97, 98%.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it's really good. And I think it's going to get better as we do more of this list cleaning stuff, which is a new feature.
So let's talk about that just for a second more, Michael. Say we launch with another vendor, MailChimp, Constant Contact. We could still use the embed features or the features, the different ways we can embed the videos into the content, and it will still show who opened on your side, right? It will show who watched the video, who clicked on and watched the video if we select the right link.
Yes, depending on what you choose, but yes, let's go.
Because that's another way, Glenn, if you need to have a different sender for a larger volume list, we use Constant Contact, and we've used these links as well through that.
Okay,
Is this
so
are any of the campaigns gonna be addressing like the boss program, like as far as the 162 and 125 plans?
We can show that here in a couple minutes. Yes.
Perfect.
so Peter, and with that, are you saying with this system you'll be able to see who viewed the video, or with the Constant Contact?
Go ahead, Michael.
What's the question?
So when you do the blast campaign, does Webprez show you who actually viewed the video and how long?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
So you can
nice.
actually see that here under viewings. These are just some demo names that I put in there, but yeah, this shows the viewer. If they were part of a campaign, it would show here, but these were all individuals that I sent this out to, which video it was, what date they watched it, how long they watched it for. And then this is via what link is generated. So as you can see here, you got a lead capture, view notice, response form. So that correlates to, so the answer to your question around sending it out via MailChimp, the answer depends on, like, MailChimp can track the clicks in there. We can't really track clicks from another system, but if you use the hyperlink, if you use the text link with a viewing notice, the only way for us to capture them, we can see that somebody clicked it for sure, but that's not really useful information to you guys, is it? But if you want to capture the person who watched it, if you want to know who it was, the system sending it has to have that person's information, which is why sending it out through campaigns or via this form right here, we know exactly what's going on, who's receiving it, when they clicked, how much they watched, and we can show that in the viewings. If you sent the link out via MailChimp, just your regular link, the answer is no, we have no access to that. We have no idea who that person is because we don't have them in our system. If you sent it out using, for instance, this special link, which is a video hyperlink with viewing notice, what this does is actually open up, when the video does open up, hopefully this works, instead of getting to see the video directly, you're actually asked to put in your name before you watch it. So if I put this in, it's just a simple name, and it lets you watch the video, and then that actually shows up in the dashboard that somebody's viewed it. So does that answer your question, Peter? See, there you go. There's
Yeah, can you go over the lead capture option there at the bottom?
lead capture is, and no one's really using this because it doesn't, I mean, lead capture is really intended for social media posts because you're now sending it to somebody, or you're posting it online and it could be anybody clicking it. So this link actually asks for more of their information, and it will actually verify. It'll send them, it won't let them watch this. It'll tell them what they're being linked to, and then say, we'll send you the actual link for you to watch the video if you put in your information. I think that we can, I want to make some updates and changes to some of this and how it works, but do you get why we're doing it this way?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so this is what would show if you posted this particular link on social media. Someone would click over to watch it and they'd say, or where can I send the video? No, not much different than any what would we call lead magnets, right, in the industry.
Right. But that's critical for everybody to see that. Look, these videos can be sent, whether it's a campaign on social media on a particular topic, or whether it's specific to a client and their specific needs. So it is a passive and even a moderately aggressive approach to marketing, even on social media. So the content can be used multiple ways. So it's a solid opportunity here.
Yeah, absolutely. And they should be too. The best way to use these videos is to just use them. Video is the best content out there. Everyone likes watching video. And so if you're posting on social media, if you're sending out text messages, if you're sending out emails, at least half of those messages should be links to watch videos. Nobody wants to read text anymore. Okay, do we want to watch another video?
Yes. Would you pull up taxes, risk, and fees?
Are you saving for retirement with an IRA, 401k, 403b, or 457 account? Do you realize that income taxes, investment losses, and management fees will reduce your retirement income by at least 40 to 50%? Yes, that is correct, by 40 or 50%, and not maybe, but definitely. Let's begin with taxes, because the money we deposit into any tax-deductible account and the growth on that money is only tax-deferred. It is not tax-exempt. So all of that money is taxable and at rates that are likely to be considerably higher when we retire. But even if they are not higher, we will still pay much more in taxes on our retirement income than we get to deduct on our retirement savings. For example, if we save $500 a month for 30 years, that's a total of $180,000. And if our money were to grow at the rate of 7% a year, that would amount to $606,000, which would allow us to withdraw almost $46,000 a year from principal and earnings over the next 30 years. That's a total of $1,380,000. So we get a tax deduction on $180,000 over the first 30 years, but we pay taxes on $1,380,000 over the next 30 years. We're simply trading a small tax deduction for a much larger tax liability. Wouldn't it make more sense to pay the tax on the $180,000 and take the $1,380,000 tax-free? Now let's consider investment losses, because most of us have our retirement account savings invested in the stock market. And while we can grow our money in the stock market, we can also lose our money in the stock market. In fact, according to data tracked and compiled by Yahoo Finance, over the 20-year period between 2000 and 2020, despite an extraordinary and unprecedented period of growth in the stock market, the S&P 500 stock market index actually lost value in 1 out of every 4 years, losing 9.11% in 2000, 11.98% in 2001, 22.27% in 2002, 37.22% in 2008, and 4.41% in 2018. And it's not just the money we lose, but the time we lose as well. For example, when the market loses 30 or 40% of its value, as it did between 2001 and 2003, and again in 2008, we need to earn a compound annual growth rate of at least 10% over the next 5 years just to recover our losses and get even again. That's 5 years at an average compounded rate of 10% a year just to get back the money we lost. And if your income is dependent on your investment earnings, think of how those market losses would affect your retirement years. What's more, these conventional retirement savings accounts typically charge us fund management and plan administration fees that can range from as little as 1% to as much as 2% or even 3%. But these are not simple one-time charges on each deposit into our accounts. These fees are a percentage of our entire account value, deducted every year, even when our accounts lose money. And while fees of 2 or 3% might not seem like much, these recurring annual deductions are actually very costly, because every 1% we pay on our account balance every year over 20 or 30 years will leave us with 20 or 30% less money at retirement, which means that a 2% annual expense charge over 20 or 30 years would leave us with 40 to 60% less income during retirement. However, there are 2 alternatives to conventional retirement savings accounts that will eliminate income taxes, investment losses, and account fees. One, provided by Internal Revenue Code Sections 219 and 408, and another provided by Code Sections 101, 72, and 7702. Interested? Then talk with a retirement planning professional who asked you to watch this video.
Will you pull up one more on the executive bonus plans, please?
Yeah, of course.
So listen, how many videos do you have now, Michael?
155, I think.
There's a lot of different videos, everything from infinite banking concepts to harvesting equity out of your home for funding life insurance. I mean, this is why I've been using this for years, because they've got great content. It's very applicable, and they do a really good job with this. So go ahead and play this next one, please.
Yeah, try to imagine, right, sending these videos out to someone you had a short conversation with, right? Especially being able to text them too. If you are meeting people and having conversations, coffee or your neighborhood or your kids' soccer games, and you can bring up a short conversation, say, you know what, can I just I'll send you a quick video. Let me get your number or email, whatever it is, and sending them this. So it's not very salesy. You're not pushing things on people. You're just sharing ideas. Okay, let's watch this guy.
Did you know that you can use tax-deductible corporate earnings to fund your own personal tax-exempt retirement plan without including any of your employees, without any regulatory compliance or reporting, without limitations or restrictions on how much money your business can put into the plan for you or at what age you can retire, and without any investment risk or money management fees? This type of selective, exclusive, and discriminatory retirement plan is made possible by Sections 162 and 7702 of the Internal Revenue Code. Section 162 of the tax code allows any business to deduct bonus compensation paid to any employee, including a corporate owner, on a selective, exclusive, and discriminatory basis. And Section 7702 provides for contractual guarantees that can credit your bonus money with tax-exempt interest or dividends and then convert that money into tax-exempt retirement income. This combination of tax code provisions and contractual guarantees is known as an executive bonus retirement plan, and it's a financial contract, not a savings or investment account. So unlike other tax-deductible retirement plans, including 401k accounts and defined benefit pension plans, there is no IRS approval required, no ERISA compliance or reporting, no discrimination testing or contribution limits, no administrative expenses or fiduciary liability, and no investment risk or money management fees either. That's because the money in an executive bonus retirement plan is not directly invested in stocks, bonds, or real estate. Instead, that money is contractually guaranteed by a legal reserve insurance company, and the interest or dividends credited to your retirement plan are based on the contract's participation provisions. Here's how it works. As the corporate owner, you select who gets their own plan, even if it's only you. You determine the bonus amounts, and you control the funding too. You can even increase the bonus whenever you want. But as the corporate executive, you own the contract, you have access to the contract value at all times, and you determine when you're ready to begin taking your tax-free retirement income. The business pays the tax-deductible bonus directly into the contract, monthly, quarterly, or annually. And that bonus money is taxable to you as earned income for the year in which it is paid. However, 100% of the growth on that money and 100% of the income on that money can all be tax-free. And if you want, you can even set up a double bonus plan with a tax bonus on top of the funding bonus, so that you can pay the tax with bonus money too. In summary, an executive bonus retirement plan enables you to use tax-deductible corporate earnings to fund your own tax-free retirement without including any of your employees, without any regulatory compliance or reporting, and without any investment risk or money management fees. Interested? Then talk with the financial security professional who asked you to watch this video.
I hope there's a few of you on here right now who want that video. I can tell you that that's very helpful in explaining a fairly complicated topic.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Michael, just wrap up with what do they need to do to get engaged and how they can connect with you.
Sure, yeah. So it's really easy to sign up for Webprez. The cost is $99 per month. And for everyone on this call and working with Solaris, I want to offer a personal onboarding session with you guys and help you, each one of you, get onboarded correctly, build whatever campaigns that you want, and get your lists segmented and uploaded. So I want to personally help anyone who's interested in doing that.
Thank you.
But it's not any more complex than that. It's pretty simple, especially if but one other thing, you see this personal videos thing here. Not to get too complex, but this is where you can record your own videos. We started building this for intro videos. We thought it was very important that we have all the done for you videos that we've built. But an intro video, a personal video to be added to these campaigns, to be sent out, is really important. So we added that feature. It's in the existing system, and it's going to be even better in this new system with some AI script enhancements and stuff like that. There's also another feature that we're coming out. I'm not going to share that with you guys today because it's not quite ready, but it's very exciting. It does include AI enhanced system for you guys, and that'll all be included in the price if you get signed up.
Very cool.
Excellent.
Yeah. Is there any? We have plenty of time for questions. If anyone had more questions.
Yeah, I have a question right here. So $99 sounds more than reasonable, but it sounds like with the limitations on, doing $1,000, because you're trying to ensure that compliance is met for the email blasts and things like that. Would this work well if, say, I went through like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact looking for a bunch of opt-in? Does your CRM have a way to capture that response from MailChimp or Constant Contact so then I can get them on a drip, if you follow what I'm saying?
Are you You mean, is there a way for us to capture, sorry, just repeat it real quick, because I thought we covered that a few minutes ago, but maybe you're asking a different
And
question.
you may have, because it seems like, I guess my biggest question is for like, you don't have the capacity. Well, when you do your text drip, for it to work, it has to be fully compliant. The person is already opted in, correct?
Yes, we don't want you uploading a list of people that don't know you or don't expect to hear from you. That's correct. So we don't like purchase lists, going to buy lists and then uploading them is prohibited.
Okay, so on that, and that makes perfect sense, and I'm with that. So say I ran some Facebook ads or anything like that, is there a link in the CRM where they're opting in instead of, it would be opting into the CRM so they'd automatically sign up, if you follow me there? So say I ran a campaign on Facebook or something like that, and they click the thing to get a link or get more information or whatnot. Is there an embed into your CRM so it captures that from Facebook or another email blast system?
Like your
Not
list,
current.
your
Not
list
currently.
builder, your list builder
The
video.
list, so the list builder would do that, but you need to drive traffic to that list builder, right? And they'd have to fill out the form there to be added. But I think what you're asking is what you want is a direct integration. So when someone expresses interest on Facebook and submits whatever the Facebook form is there, that they can be added to a drip campaign.
Correct.
Yeah. So the answer is no, it doesn't exist today. That would be part of probably the Zapier integration that we're building. You familiar with
Okay,
that?
and that was my next question. Do you have Zapier yet? Because if you have Zapier, I can hook it to my chat.
Right, right. So we don't have it yet, but that is next on the list of things to do.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, if you're not getting, you know, hundreds or thousands of Facebook leads, then it's probably simple enough to do it one by one or do it once per week, you know, grab the 10, 20, 30 leads that came in that week and put them in.
Yeah, no, that's not a problem. I was just looking for, I was just seeing where we're at. That, I mean, I love the videos. It all makes sense and it makes perfect sense. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so right now you
It
gotta do
would be
manually.
kind of cool if you could actually just do, if we did like a Excel spreadsheet, or if we did upload leads, that you had like select all and then had an opt-in option if they already opted in or expressed interest. Because some of us are going to be out in person doing webinars or workshops where people are expressing interest, right? They already basically are opting in. And if we can upload that information, or whether it be manually or in bulk, where we would be able to like per that campaign or per that bulk of, where there'd be like one button instead of us having to manually click in each one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so maybe you missed the part where I did show when adding contacts, you can add them, you can bulk upload with a CSV file.
Well, I understand that, but I'm talking about the opt-in portion where we can do the drip campaign, right? And so we're not having to have them fill out another form. Because that's what I'm understanding, that they would have to fill out another form in order for you to do the drip campaign.
No,
No.
Oh, okay.
no. We were just saying that if you've got a list right now in CSV or Excel or whatever it is of people that you've been communicating with, or that you just finished a workshop and you had 20 people who wanted to be followed up with, you could upload that. Without filling out a form. You're just telling us, hey, I know these people, they asked to be contacted. We trust you at first, and that's why we run it through a certain system. And then if you abuse the trust, we obviously call you out on it, and we can see that, hey, a bunch of people opted out, 37 of them complained of spam. That's not a good list. You know, we're going to call you on that. But no, you can immediately upload it. They don't need to fill out a new form.
I have a quick question for you, sir. When we connect with you, you mentioned that you're going to give us kind of a VIP personal attention to make sure we're set up correctly. When we call your number or contact your organization, do we need to have a code or some type of way of identifying with Solaris, or do you already have that all figured out?
You could, however you contact me, if you want to chat in, or I will, yeah, it's a good question. I didn't really think about the best way to fulfill that. But I'm here and I'm around. So if you chatted in and talked to, Calvin or Patrick or our chat people, or called in, or if I see you, do you guys all have, what email addresses do you use? You're not Solaris.
Different ones. Yeah. So
Okay.
just let him know that you're interested, that you're
Yeah.
working with us. Just tell him that
Yeah.
you're working with us.
Yeah, well, I'm going to actually just set up today. So
Good
can
deal.
I just call after this is over?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay. And what number is that?
I'm going to give it to you right now.
Can you put it in the chat there, Michael?
I will, yeah.
Thank you, sir. John, you had a question, sir?
The best thing is actually probably just email first, and then we'll set up a meeting. So how about we do that?
That'd be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put that in the chat.
John Pleasance, I saw you had a question. What was your question, sir?
So email service@webprez.com. That will, and then say you're with Solaris, you just signed up, and let's get a onboarding session on the books.
All right, so pretty good list of 400 people. We're working on a workshop on a specific time. Can you take that Zoom and turn it into a video that could be emailed to? Typically, when we do workshops, we might have 15 to 20, but the invitations on a weekly basis would go out to 300 or 400. So they're pretty clean, and you get erratic people show up each week. Is there a way then that we can convert your our workshop Zoom into a video that can be emailed back to the people?
I'm not sure I understand. You're doing workshops on Zoom.
He wants a custom video.
Yeah, so I work with businesses so that every week you've got some content. It could be tax, it could be how to take advantage of. I remember we did a lot with college funding. So the funders, everyone would want to be in on it. You might only have 12 or 14 people, but there might be, 400 people on my email list that are actively looking to put their kids in college. So it may not be on insurance one week. It might be how to write, a college application, how to get a reference, but it's all education. So I want to see if we can take that education from the Zoom, turn it into one of your videos, and then.
Oh, I see. And include it in one of the in the campaign.
Yeah.
Are you recording the Zooms?
Of course. Yeah. It's a workshop. Yeah.
Okay. But what are you doing with those recordings now? They're just sitting.
Listening to you and telling me why I should. It seems like we're in the boat here.
Good answer.
15 people are. Yeah, I'll figure those people out, but there's lurking behind there a lot more people, and I want to know who's going to look at the video and then be back in touch with them, because seriously, they're interested.
Okay. What system, let's just pretend Webprez didn't exist. Like, what system, you communicate with them by email now, right? To invite them to each workshop on Zoom?
Yeah, I use Agent CRM and also use iContact.
Okay. I mean, with leaving Webprez aside, if you're recording those videos, and I believe Zoom has a way to then, they either host them for you, I think. So then you would be able to
on YouTube, and I don't like, and I can't have no control over YouTube.
Right. But you can always share those recordings directly, I thought, with both the people that attended and even people that didn't attend.
Correct, from Zoom.
From Zoom, yeah.
But
so
I can't.
I'm happy that we can take this conversation offline if you want to talk more about it. Yeah. Okay, thanks, John.
Any other questions for Michael on the content and stuff we went over today?
Would Peter, just because we're talking about like setting up those workshops, the curriculum for financial literacy and whatnot, would there be a way to use this for registration? Is there like, you know what I'm saying?
This would not be a registration. All the content stuff that's created here is really follow-up and reinforcement. That's really, like Michael said, this is not to take you away from the picture, but this is just to confirm and reaffirm the content in a succinct way where they can listen to it 3, 4, 5 times without any variations or changes to support what you're already saying. That is the purpose of this content. This is not a system that's set up for registration that's not what it's built for. That you still need a CRM system.
So the CRM system, is this going to be integrated into the CRM system that you're going to be launching?
Yes, Michael and I are working on that for 2026 to have that available, where the Webprez videos, their catalog will be available. And we're going to just create the dissemination. So you click on, it's a life lead, and it automatically has, we pre-select a library of videos, 5, 6 videos, whatever, on specific life insurance topics, and it's automatically going to go to them after they've become a contact.
Okay.
So yes, it's coming. No, we don't have the full integration today, but I wanted everybody to see the videos that Michael and his team have created and understand, look, I've paid a lot of different systems. These videos are clean. They're concise, to the point, and the topic variety. I am happy to send out their videos all day long to my clients. I don't feel like they're going to get lost. They're not going to be confused. They're not going to see, information from anybody else that's conflicting. And it's not amateur. I don't know what else you want for $99 a month. I mean, that's really, unless I go out and make the videos myself, this is the next best thing that I have found, other than myself going out myself and making the videos.
Yeah, and a side note on that, it's changing a little bit. This is one of those things that's actually changing, but there's a lot of research that shows third-party attestations are actually more powerful than you coming out and saying it. Like, obviously you're biased and you have you're incentivized to sell me something or tell me something along your lines. But if I hear it from not Peter, then I'm like, oh, okay, it's not Peter saying this. He sent me this. He's sharing an idea for me, and somebody else is saying it. Even though it's got your stuff on there, there's just something that happens in the brain. Our brains are funny little tricky things that we can manipulate for good or for evil, of course, but we like to think that we're doing very good. We're using the different neuroscientific techniques to get past people's blocks and get them to understand and remember the content.
Is it possible for Webprez to consider an NEA membership?
What membership?
NEA, National Ethics Association membership. And
I think I've heard Dan talk about that. I don't know. I can certainly look into it. And what would be the major benefit there?
It's a nationally accredited, so they do, if you're on there, it says that you have the correct licensing, you have the correct authority to speak on topics, and whether or not there's any outstanding, they actually do a background check, so whether or not there's any outstanding litigations against you against any of the particular topics. It's not quite Better Business Bureau, but it certainly is. Well, I hate them for a variety of reasons, but it certainly is a great logo to blast out there. Hey, we're members of the National Ethics, or because your father is involved. Are you licensed as well, Michael?
We're not. No, I'm not.
Okay.
Neither one of us are anymore.
Okay. So I mean, there might be a way for you guys to become members of, I can't remember the other one, the financial. There's a Society of Financial. Oh, I'll send it over to you. But
Okay.
if you had something like that you also embedded in the base of the videos, I mean, the NEA is a great logo to have on there.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for that. We'll check that out.
We don't have any capacity issues, correct?
No.
As it relates to
Client content, client numbers. So we could have up to 1,000 people in there, for example.
Yeah, you could actually have more than 1,000. It was just 1,000 at a time was our list upload max, and that, and then we need to make sure those are clean and you're getting good. We're getting good deliverability metrics on that before we allow you to upload anyone. Yeah, David's showing Peter's showing the old dashboard, which
this is the old dashboard, but this is my actual account on here. Okay, I've sent out thousands of videos, and these are different people, real clients, actually reviewed the videos and stuff. It shows my top videos by response, active engagement. So when I'm sending out videos, not as many people are watching the retirement income. There's a lot of people watching retirement life insurance. There's a lot of people watching about employee group benefits, right? So I can send out videos, and these are the top 6 most viewed out of all the campaigns I'm sending out. These are the ones people want to learn about. TSP annuities. They want to know about safe money contracts, retirement insurance, IUL crediting, right? How many of you can actually explain how IULs are credited, right? Yeah, most agents can't. So my point just being, they've got a lot of videos in here, a lot of videos. I'm actually going to go on in just a couple minutes here after Michael leaves. Anybody wants to watch a couple, I'll show a couple more, because this is just, there's so much value here, and I appreciate you, Michael, for coming on today.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, and it was nice to digitally meet all of you guys.
We'll have you back on in January or February as we kick off the new year with all your updates and everything. We definitely want to get it.
Before you do leave,
Thank you,
the initial contact we should have is this email.
Yeah, just use that email. You can say you talked to Michael. You can just say, hey, I'm with Solaris and I'm signing up, or I just signed up, and that'll get passed along to me and I'll reach out to you.
Okay, got it. Thanks, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. All right,
Peter,
go ahead.
Peter, would you be able to show us the fixed indexed annuity one?
Let me pull up the thing here.
I'm gonna drop off, guys, because I have another call.
Thank you.
Is that
I understand.
okay?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Thank you, Michael.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right. You wanted to see which one? Which video do you want to see?
I want to see 403B.
All right. So fixed index annuities. Here's all the fixed index annuity videos that are in here. So we've got annuity buckets. We've got annuity exchange, annuity guaranteed income benefit rider, annuity laddering. They've got it in Spanish, Mr. George, in case you're still on here, Mr. Orantes. They do have it in Spanish.
I am.
Okay, good deal. I love the FIA reset explanation or index hedging to explain how this all works to clients. SEP money. Which one would you like? Want to just watch the basic index annuity one?
Do they have the 162 in Spanish?
If not, we can have them make it. Michael is very kind. Their team will do that for us. That's not going to be a problem. Oops, I don't know. Did I click on the?
Hey, Peter, when you get a chance, go ahead, do what you're doing. I don't want you to get
Number one. So ask yourself this, is my retirement money safe? Is it protected? Is it guaranteed? If not, can I afford to lose some of it? Because according to the S&P 500 stock index, if your savings are invested in equities, 10 years of market gains can be wiped out in as little as 10 weeks of market losses, like the 43% loss between 2000 and 2002, the 37% lost in 2008, or the 4% lost in 2018, and the 10% lost in 2020. What's more, it can often take several years for the market to recover from those losses. For example, if the market loses 40% of its value as it did between 2000 and 2002, we would need to earn at least an 8% compound annual rate of return for each of the next 7 years, net of any fees, commissions, taxes, or expenses, just to recover our losses and get even again. That's more than 8% for 7 years in a row, just to earn back what we lost. Which means that we also lose 7 years of compounded growth on our pre-crash savings. That is why avoiding market losses like those can make such a big difference in our retirement savings, and why Warren Buffett is so adamant about never losing money. So how can we grow and protect our savings without the risk of losing any of our money? With a retirement savings contract that guarantees to credit our money with an interest rate based only on the growth of an external market index like the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or the Dow Jones Industrials, but without actually investing our money in the market, without the risk of any market losses, and without current taxation on any of the growth. That's because these contracts only use a market index to determine the interest rate credited to our money. So when the index increases or gains value over a period of time specified in the contract, an interest rate as a percentage of those gains is credited to our contract value. But when the index decreases or loses value, zero interest is credited to our money and those losses are never deducted, which means that both our principal and our earnings are contractually preserved, secured, and protected. However, there is a maximum limit of rate restriction on how much interest as a percentage of the index gains can be credited within the contract. So you don't get all of the index gains, but you don't get any of the index losses. And because these are retirement contracts, they are meant for long-term savings and income payouts, not for short-term or temporary deposits. So we may only withdraw up to 10% of our contract value each year. And if we withdraw more than 10%, we could be charged a penalty of up to 15% on the excess withdrawal. What's more, if we withdraw the money before age 60, the IRS will also charge a 10% tax penalty on the interest earnings. So what are these retirement contracts? They're called indexed annuities. And they are not investments, they are insurance contracts guaranteed by legal reserve insurance companies that are required to maintain capital reserves equal to all of their contractual guarantees, which will assure you of compliance with Warren Buffett's fundamental rule to never lose money. Interested? Then talk with a retirement planning professional who asked you to watch this video.
All right, I'll watch one more with everybody here, but this is just a sample once again. You sign up, there's so many more videos that are available on here. I just want to go over this real quick with the employee benefits. Look at the videos that they have, everybody. 401k plan rollover, 412E pension plans, cash balance plans, executive MERP plans, flexible spending accounts. We have group life, right? We actually have, let's see, healthcare reimbursement accounts. I'm going to be talking with Tom Laffey and their team about making a 125 plan. They got a solo 401k plan. And this voluntary benefits is probably going to be close to the 125, but we're going to get one actually worked on and made for our team specifically. So they've got a bunch of videos here under the employee benefits section. Let's do estate planning real quick and review this. So they have, certain art, estate planning, estate life insurance, tax insurance trusts, estate taxation, LTC policies. They got a video on LTC policies, planned giving, life settlements, RMD conversions. There's a lot here. Okay, there's more. Reverse mortgage, single premium, split dollar, special needs trust, whole life cash value reserve. There's a lot of videos. Let me grab the business life, business equity banking, business owner insurance, buy-sell agreements, business life insurance, equity transfer, business succession, golden parachutes, golden handcuffs, buy-sell, deferred comp, SERP plan, executive bonus plan, insurance financing, key person, salary continuation. I don't see Spanish on this, but I'll get that to you, George. Let me talk with them on that particular topic. Now, retirement insurance.
Hey, Peter, real quick. These are exclusively available to us, or are these available to anybody?
Everything you're seeing on here is available to everybody that calls in and works with Webprez and us. There are a couple of videos that will be exclusive to our team only that I'm working on with them right now.
Gotcha. Good deal.
All right, so the taxes, risk, and fees, that's the one that's currently set up for 403Bs. He has the tax-free retirement that discusses 403Bs as well. I'm trying to find, there is one more. Where is it? Is it in the annuity section? The annuity overview in Spanish, which I can probably do that in a second here. IRA annuity. Just anyone with IRA annuity, 401k or 403B. I don't know if there's. See, I wrote the script for this TSP annuity here at the bottom. I did that one with him. I'll have to ask if he has another specific for 403B, or we can write one. If you want to write one, Christy, we can work at writing it as long as it's going to be used by multiple people, or we're paying for it. We can have that done.
I'm just thinking maybe something addressing like income gaps for supplemental retirement, and that can be used for 403B or anything like state pension, federal pension. I mean, really anybody.
Is John still on here? They got a college funding 529 video, John, instead of using a 529, using IULs.
Fantastic.
Obviously, even
Yeah.
though we have the life, we got the whole life dividends. So the infinite banking concepts on here, private equity banking, that's infinite banking concept, IUL version, and they have the whole life version, mortgage, life insurance. So if you're doing mortgage term insurance, there's an option on here. So once again, hundreds of videos available for people, right? This is not, there's so much in here. I got a video on precious metals, Bitcoin. I mean, really, they've got a lot in here. PNC, some opportunities for that as well. So I just wanted everybody to see that this is a really robust library of quality videos that you can access. Like I said, Tom's going to work with me on some 125 videos to specifically to get into businesses. But now you have a campaign with a variety of topics. When you talk to those business owners, maybe they're interested in X, Y, or Z, you could create a custom campaign just to email to that business owner. So, Jim, you got a guy that wants to have a 162 plan, 401k replacement, profit sharing plan, 412e plan. You've got 5 videos you can send them. Boom, 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 boom. Watch these. These are all the things that we can help you do. Right?
You know what? I love it, Peter. I get one of the reasons I had to jump off was a client of mine called. I've been trying to reach all year. He's had a rough medical year, but he's paying 900,000, or no, he made 900,000 on his 1040 last year. And I said, you know, Vince, I says, let's grab your tax returns, let my organization take a look at it and see if we can't maybe file amended returns and take some of this money out of there, or you know, get do it right and looking forward. He says he'll do 600,000 for sure next year in 2025 is what he'll make. So I'm sure we can do it. We can come
Absolutely.
up with something for him, right?
Absolutely. So the main reason I wanted them on is so everybody could see the quality of the videos. It's done well. The audio is excellent. You have the ability to track who watches the videos with the links. You can embed it on social media, in your emails, on your websites. When you make a website, you get permission from them. You can actually embed those links on your own websites. So, it's however you want to use this. Like I said, I've been paying for this this is my 10th year that I've been paying for this platform. And I try and share it with people. People are like, oh, well, it's $99 a month. Listen, for that video bank that you get, I mean, that's quality for the opportunities that you have. And so I just encourage everybody, if you can, sign up, use these videos to really amplify your business, to support what you're saying, and have that third-party professional look to what you're doing. Okay. So I appreciate everybody. I've got to roll, but I appreciate everybody being on the call today.
Tom,